Kelly, hey, congratulations on your new film, One Fast Move.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
It's such a thrill and a ride to watch this film, but we have to hear it from you first, is where the original idea came from for this story.
Yeah, a few things. So I'm an avid motorcyclist. Motorcycles came into my life in my late 20s actually, and a time when I really needed them and didn't know it. It's a form of meditation. It really connects you with your own fears. And also it becomes part of your identity. And I felt like I hadn't seen a film that was set a grounded drama that was set in a particular world of motorcycle road racing. And so that was my attempt. And with that, I also was thinking about this father-son dynamic and these themes of what it means to be a man in the modern world, and that transition from young man to man. And so these questions were floating around, and I then put it all into one fast move, and was lucky enough to be able to make the film.
I was actually fascinated about your character development because it almost seems like every single character in your film has like certain father, son, or daddy issues in their own way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I do think, I've been reading a lot about that fatherlessness is becoming more and more of a regular issue. And what that does to children, and how that affects them. Um, and those questions were floating around, and I wanted each of them to have their own experience with that, and to be able to help each other essentially, be catalyst for recognizing that, and essentially making amends as well, to their own fatherlessness, and being absentee fathers as well.
Absolutely. There's always a lesson to learn with your film. Now, because this is a racing film, how was your casting process? And because the set of skills is very particular for your actors, and how you ended up with KJ and Eric for those roles.
Yeah, with KJ, as I was writing the film, I saw this trailer for this movie Songbird, and he was riding a motorcycle in that film, and I just thought that's the guy that I'm picturing as I'm writing this. And luckily, he also has this thing where he has this toughness to him, but underneath you can sense that he's always thinking. There's emotional sensitivity underneath there. And luckily, KJ responded to the script, and wanted to do it. And with Eric at Dane, the character of Dean is complicated because you want to like him. He has this charisma. He's a guy that you want to hang out with, who's the biggest presence in the room, but he also is battling this darkness and these demons that he's harboring. And Eric just carries that balance so well. And they both, Eric rode motorcycles his whole life, so that was an absolute plus because he loved motorcycles, and racing. And KJ learned to love motorcycles. He learned for about a year before we started shooting, to ride motorcycles. And so luckily, this whole cast was just wonderful and so dedicated to the film. I was so lucky to have all them.
So, what racetrack did you actually commandeered for your film?
Gosh, we were so lucky. Road Atlanta, Michelin Road Atlanta, which is one of the premier racetracks in the country. It's just about an hour north of Atlanta, and just an incredibly beautiful track set in these dense forests. And again, we were just lucky that the schedule worked out, and that we were able to get it. And everyone there was also extremely accommodating.
And one last thing that I do want you to know, because as a director of a film like this, because there's a lot of racing scenes, how challenging and how did you want to approach these filming these scenes? Because this is cinematography looks terrific.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, that was a big thing going into it, was how are we going to capture these races and these bikes that are going that fast? And you start to develop in preparation these tools, and we had a few major tools. One was, in order to keep up with these bikes, you got to put a camera on an actual race bike, right? And put that in the mix. We needed a helicopter for the aerials because a drone can't keep up with the bikes. We built a custom race car to be able to keep up with the bikes. And so you're really wanting to go, okay, what's going to capture the speed of it? And then within that, we essentially had to do a whole other casting process, which was casting the racers. We recruited all real racers from that area, who came in, and we essentially set up mock races and had them choreograph these race scenes, and really just wanted to capture what a real race felt like. So luckily we had a great crew, great stunt team, great stunt riders, and enough time to be able to hopefully capture what it feels like to be in a motorcycle race.
Well, you certainly did that. It felt like, as an audience member, it felt like we were in the movie itself. So, Kelly, thank you very much for speaking to us about One Fast Mood. This is a delightful conversation. Thank you.
Thank you for watching the film and for the kind words. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye now.
All right, take care.